Hey, aloha, it's Ronnie Margolis with eXp Realty and the Margolis team, part of the agency Hawaii. And happy Thanksgiving to you. I hope that your holiday is spectacular with friends and family and most likely good food. I'm wishing you all good things and joy at this holiday season. So let's take a dive into the real estate market here in November of 2024, Thanksgiving week, and see where the market's going to go and take a look into our crystal ball and let's see what we think is going to happen going forward. Of course, we're 3 weeks after the election. Some people are getting off the fence. Are you one of them? We'll find out when we do the numbers. Let's take a look at the total sales over the last year ending at the end of October. So we see about 1.171 billion in sales, an average list price to sold price of just over 8% in terms of the variance between the list price and the sales price. And this 422 active listings, that's of this moment, that's been pretty consistent. So there hasn't been a lot of building of the inventory, anything significant. And so things are kind of staying the same. Let's take a look at our monthly comparison. Let's see what's going on. And again, if you take a look, the total number of sales, right, for the island, it's a small island, 24 residential sales. Then we go down to condo sales. 27 condo sales is total of 51 properties. And add another 11 parcels of land. So 62 sales in the month of October. And definitely there was a sense of hesitation and wait and see what happens as we went into the election. Now, of course, we're several weeks past the election. We're getting an understanding of what the government's going to look like going forward. And for some people, it's like, I'll wait and sell my house as soon as the election's over. Some people, some of our clients actually did that. As of this recording, so here on November 25th, only 39 sales so far. Now, typically, a lot of properties close on the last day or last couple of days of the month. So that number is definitely going to go up. However, it looks like the velocity in the market here in October, November are soft. And some of the key contributors, of course, are the interest rates, which dipped down for about a week. And then since the Fed lowered its rate the last time, they've gradually scooched their way up. And now all the pundits are saying that 6% is probably going to be the new normal, whereas 6 months ago they were saying, well, we may be in the 5% range by the end of next year. That prediction has kind of changed. So this 6 to 6.5%, it may not get any better than that. So if it's time for you to move up, to downsize, there's no reason to sit and wait for that to change, because whatever happens, it's not going to be a great change. And also it compels the buyer to look at strategies like a 2-1 or 3-2-1 buy down as a way to minimize or reduce their payment the first couple of years of ownerships. And once again, if we look at our market at a glance, my favorite chart, you can see this was the peak earlier in the year, and then we kind of went down. And this is the total volume of sales. You can see that October was a pretty slow month, and November is probably going to be somewhere down towards the bottom of that grid as well. If we take a look at our month-to-month comparison, so this is looking through the end of last month, you'll see there's not much change. So in the North Hanalei District, 7 sales in October, the previous month in September, 9 sales. Then here in the Kapa'a Wailua area called the Kauai District, 8 versus 5. Kaloa 4 versus, 11, so that was a big month down on the South Shore. As has been the case all year, very little activity of single-family homes in Lihue, virtually nothing under sale for under $1 million at this point. And in Waimea, there were 4 sales in this last month and none the month before. Of course, when you go and look compared to a year ago, the numbers generally, most of the time they've been significantly higher than last year, but when we compare to a year ago, now we're getting to the end of the year last year when the velocity started building. So you can see in October of last year, there were 26 single family homes versus 24 this year, not so much different. And in the condo area, a total of 27 condos changed hands in October, 23 back in September, last year 18. So obviously there's been a growth in that market. Land, 11 sales, 14 the month before, and 10 last year. And lastly, I did mention something exciting in Lihue, and that something is Sun Village, Kauai. It's a leasehold condo complex. It's probably the main 55 and over active adult community with lots of amenities. It's very close to the hospital. Some of the units have incredible mountain views, ocean views, beautiful breezes. And the fee or the land has been owned by the Weinberg Foundation for many decades. All of a sudden, they've decided to sell. The homeowners agreed that they would buy the fee, and that gives every owner the opportunity to purchase the fee, which converts their leasehold property into fee simple property. So that's really a great value and something, if you're looking for condo living that's in town, you might want to consider. Check out my other video that's got more details about Sun Village. And until next month, again, have a great Thanksgiving. May your heart be rich with gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness in this very crazy world. Most of us have so much to be thankful for. And as I often say, when we have problems, they're first world problems. Last thing we want to look at is the year-to-date sales and how that compares to last year, the year-to-date median price of properties, the middle price point where homes are selling versus last year's. And if you see, it's fairly consistent. There's been more activity this year, 48 last year on the north side to 76, 80 on the east side, 90 this year. Big jump, 56 last year in the Kauai district to 93. Lihue's the only one. There were more sales last year than this year, but I bet you can figure out why that is, right? There's very little for sale. A lot of people want to live in what's called our town core, Lihue. It's a bustling town core. And I'm going to share something that I think is really exciting about one particular project there. If you stay tuned to the rest of this video. Condo market, well, it's kind of mixed. More sales last year. Definitely the condominium market has softened across the island chain. I've said it for multiple months now. And you can see there's less business this year than last year overall total. And why is that? It's because of the rise in homeowners' fees that's triggered by the change in insurances. I was talking to someone at a complex up at the Cliffs in Princeville. It's a very large complex, kind of a hybrid complex of some timeshare units, as well as some fee simple ownership units. And their policy for insurance went from $1.5 million to over $4 million just in a year. So who's going to bear the brunt of that? You guessed it, it's the homeowners. Same thing for land. More land sold typically in some areas this year, certainly in the Kauai. That's mostly because of the maturing of this project called Kulana, which are rural lots, 2, 3, 4 acre lots, probably the most prolific subdivision on the island, I guess, this year now that they've finished their infrastructure and people can build. And so year to date, just a little bit more in terms of land. The land market generally has been soft. If we take a look at the median price now, that's the last thing we'll look at. This is consistent. So in 2023, the median price was $2.275 on the north side of the island. Now $2.5 million, that's up 10%. On the east side, we went from $1 million to slightly higher, up 6%. On the south side, we went from 1.2 million to 1.5 million. That's a rise of 23%. And that's also influenced by the fact that more homes, expensive homes at Kukui'ula, have transferred hands than condominiums. Again, remember the condominium market is softer. And for buyers, if you're looking for a vacation rental or a second home, you have more leverage in terms of how you negotiate these days. Because the condo market is soft, they become a lot less affordable due to those rise in monthly fees. Lihue, median price up just a little bit, 2.89%. On the west side, median price from 770 to 835. And historically, when you're talking about Hanapepe, Waimea, Eli, Kekaha, the towns on the west side, this is a very high median price, higher than probably it's ever been in history. In total, summary of the island, the median price is up almost 25%. So that'll do it for our holiday update, November 2024, Thanksgiving week. Market's still relatively low inventory. Interest rates have gone up, and we'll see how we do going into December. It's always a good time in the market if your home is for sale and you've got it priced right. And if you're a buyer, it's a great time to negotiate. So I'm Ron Margolis with the Margolis team here with eXp. You can get in touch with me. The information listed above. My team and I are here to serve you. We look forward to seeing you here on island and helping you make your Kauai dreams come true. Take good care. Great holidays.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing property tours and real estate insights from Kauai.